Davis versus Edwin De Los Santos is pretty much a done deal for the most part. They're talking June 7th. They made it right. Financially, it sounded like they got through that barrier. Probably just need to sign the contracts. But honestly, PBC did some crooked shit. Or was it Samson Boxing? All one and the same. Let's talk about it. Check out the Boxing Room playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. So what they pretty much saying is the fact that Edwin De Los Santos said he was offered $225K. That was too low. And in reality, Top Rank put a $400,000 offer up. So, Edwin, let that be known on X. He had been out a long time. He ain't fought since the Shakur fight. I think it was 2023 November or something like that. Now, somebody said in the comment section that Edwin De Los Santos had blood clots. So that's a double whammy. But we'll kind of get to that tomfoolery in a minute from the media, right? And I'm gonna just show you how fickle they are with some fighters, mainly melanated fighters. So my thing is they made the business right, and whoever did that to Edwin on the cash was dead wrong. We all can establish that they were dead wrong to do that to him financially. That's not right. That's not right to do that. But nonetheless, that's the game they play. Y'all be wondering why they don't want to make big fights. Is because they like to, rob their fighters. Why, play with the church's money and they lose and you can't, skim off their bag every time. Madonna got that Mayweather bag and ain't been seen since. A lot of these dudes touch the Canelo bag and they get comfortable. They don't want to fight no more. So once they reach the pinnacle of getting the bag, even though they can pinch off the top of that big bag, but once they get the bag, I can't count on them little singles and doubles no more. It's one last home run and that's it for a while. So that's why they like making these rinky-dink fights, so they can keep robbing these fighters off the top. But nonetheless, people said Keyshawn was ducking. Oh, Keyshawn ducking. He didn't want it. It was Keyshawn's fault that the fight didn't get made. Then all of a sudden the fight get made. Oh, Edwin is inactive, and Edwin, he ain't been the same fighter, and which one is it? That's the fans today. Nothing satisfied them. If you don't fight a particular guy, even if it ain't your fault, it's his fault, it's your fault. You fight him, there's something wrong with him. So I be wondering why dudes don't want to get in the mix and don't want to fight certain fighters. Y'all be wondering why, I'm just gonna bum bash, because y'all discredit anything that a lot of fighters do, and then y'all credit a lot of fighters like Tank for fighting bullshit ass fights. So a lot of people find that, disingenuous. But a lot of these people are not fans of the sport. That's just the God honest truth. How can you, as a fan of the sport, not want the best product? You're not a fan. You're not a fan if you don't want the best product. If I like a guy or not, if he give me the best fight, I gotta support it. They give a fight that we want, I gotta support it. Especially if it's in a timely manner. Respect. But at the same time with this, y'all gonna take it away from Keyshawn, whatever you do. And, is he a bold, brash guy? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that with Shakur Sanders too. Anytime you're bold and brash, a lot of people don't like it when it comes from a brother. But when it's Conor McGregor, guys like Tyson Fury, guys like Jake Paul, they eat it up. If that's you, that's you. That's who you are. But thank God it's sports and you can prove it. Thank God it's sports and you can prove it. You can make them eat their words. Yeah, they can hate. Oh man, man, you know, Edwin was a bum anyway. He hadn't fought shit, whatever it may be. Fuck it, I'm still whooping him. That's his fault he been inactive. That's his fault he may have had allegedly health issues. He called me out. Edwin, top rank, then paid you more than PBC done paid you in the last 2 or 3 years. So, I mean, come on. Come on. They done paid you more in the last 2 or 3 years. So in reality, ain't nobody trying to really hear that. You know, Keyshawn should just go ahead and fight. He should just go ahead and fight Shakur Stevenson and do that. But then y'all won't ask Javante Davis to get in the ring or to get in the mix with nobody. Really, it really wasn't even no hard demand from his fans to get back in the ring with Lamar Roach. If he didn't, they was cool with him fighting Jake Paul. I'm gonna talk about that later on or another day. Got some 411 on that. So I just really find the fans being disingenuous. And the internet allowed people to be so comfortable with bullshit opinions that they don't believe in one stand on with anybody in person. Y'all remember that dude on Facebook? He was talking that shit in the gas station to his ops, and his ops was pulled up at the gas station, and his energy changed. That's how a lot of these dudes' energy, they don't believe what they be saying, bro. They don't believe what they be saying. When ain't no content to really be had or no current events in boxing to be had, they start reaching. They start reaching. This is crazy. They start reaching. They start reaching. They legitimately start reaching. And that's just like what is it about Jay-Z, the life and times of Sean? This is the life of Sean Carter, life and times of boxing. And to me, it's pretty freaking pathetic. If you can't give a man credit for the job that he's done a phenomenal job, you move the goalposts, that's what women do. That's what women do. Women discredit whatever a man does, even if and they know they can't do it. They know they can't do it. And they know they can't do it. So yeah, I be finding this shit funny. Very much so. Very much so. So, yeah, I wonder why Keyshawn walking around angry. It ain't never enough. And a lot of these boxers, you know, that's part of their reason they're not fighting the best. We pay, as fans, we play a huge part in that. We play a huge part in that. We really do. We gotta support, we gotta give credit where credit is due. And I've seen fights where people be like, yeah, you gotta give both these guys credit before getting in the ring, you know, when they didn't. Yeah, I support that. Yeah, shout out to every now and again. But what leaves you in disbelief is that we done reached a point in America where people don't want to watch the best versus the best. They'd rather just see their fighter go out, win an easy fight and pad their record. And like I said, eventually it will be a cherry going wrong. When you fighting somebody that don't challenge you, that don't really stimulate you, you know, like that, you start to like half-ass train. You start to overlook them. You start to be like, I can beat him. You don't train as hard. Remember the Great White Hype? Dude came in out of shape just knowing he was going to whoop that white boy. Knew he was going to whoop him. Knew he was going to whoop him. That's how it be. That's how it be. That's how fight is to fight. You can see Keyshawn in there with a puncher. Santos been on ice for a while, but you know what's new? Most of these fighters been on ice for a while. Probably be Keyshawn Davis' last appearance on ESPN. So the contract ended July 2026. I believe it's believed that TKO will take over in 2026. So we'll see, man. Check out the Boxing Room playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the link tree. Do me a favor, join the Patreon. Won't be disappointed. Peace.